Hello there, this is Ajit Navlaka, and in this video, we are talking about 5 questions that can help you get more focus, get more clarity, and be able to get real results in the coming times. If you haven't yet subscribed to this YouTube channel, I invite you to hit that red subscribe button. That will enable us to send you a new video every single week as we post it. Every single year, when a year is about to start, most of us would sit down with a journal and write down what is it that we would like to achieve, what is it that you would like to manifest in our lives in the next 12 months. And as we go through that journey, we are uplifted, we are joyous, we feel we have the potential to be able to actually make all those dreams, all those goals come true. 3 months into the process, very often we find ourselves wondering what went wrong. How is it that that super excitement that we had for the goal, for the ambition we had towards the end of the year has fizzled away and we are falling back on our goals? While the 5 questions I'm going to share with you today will help you find that clarity and focus, it is important to understand why do your current focus, your current clarity, why your goals don't really manifest into reality. The 2 reasons that I've found that would lead to most people not being able to get what they want in life, to be able to create the life that they truly desire and have the potential for. The first reason is the understanding of goals versus intentions. You see, because goal setting is such a common term, and goals tend to sound something like, I will do blank by blank. There seems to be nothing obviously wrong with that because it's an ambition, it's a chase that you want to have in your life. But because it's arbitrary, it just came from you or you borrowed from other people, what tends to happen is the I want blank by blank puts a timeline to the achievement of that idea, of that goal that you've set for yourself. And because that timeline is a hard timeline, like for example, I want to make $1 million by the end of 2021, while making $1 million is possible by end of 2021, if you have never made a single dollar in your life, maybe something that is putting yourself to a task that is rather difficult. You see, goals are driven by ambition, and rightly so. But the timeline that we set to it often is unrealistic. It is something that we are not giving even ourselves a chance to be able to create. Often, we know that what we are setting ourselves up for is not really possible. We're not willing to change the habits for it. We may need a little bit more time to create what we need to create to get to those outcomes. Ambition is not wrong. The timeline of it and the way we show up for it is what the problem is. And that is where I want you to change your narrative from goals to intentions. Intentions are your goals, but with a sense of knowing that they are already happening. I am creating blank. A simple act of changing the words and not having a timeline to it creates a lot more spaciousness for everything that you truly desire to actually manifest, psychologically and spiritually. It allows for you to really breathe into this space and say, I'm creating this. And whatever time it may take, what I'm really associating myself with is the process of creating it. The knowing of that whatever you desire is in function, is in process, and is going to happen already gives you a sense of confidence and sense of follow through, because you're not expecting something to happen by a particular timeline, you are just expecting it to happen. The second reason why a lot of us give up our hopes and dreams and ambitions midway is because they're not truly ours. Very often, we would borrow dreams. We would see somebody driving a fantastic car or having a lot of recognition for their work or writing that book. And very often we say, oh, I like that. I would like that. And because we are borrowing somebody else's goals and somebody else's desires, very often as we are in the journey, we realize that goal, that ambition, that intention is not really important to us. It's not something that means anything to us anyways. And when it's not important to us, meaningful for us, it's very unlikely that we will actually follow through and create those outcomes that we truly desire in our lives. So you now know why maybe in past, your goals, your ambitions, your dreams, your intentions may not have manifested in your life. I invite you to switch your goals for intentions and also be very mindful if what you're setting out to be your intention is truly yours. Now let's talk about the 5 questions that will help you get all your results that you want, help you get really clear and focused fairly quickly. Now you could take these 5 questions and use it for yourself and identify focus and clarity and get more certainty of results in your life. You can do it with your partner, do it with your friends, or do it with your clients. The first question is, what is the life that you truly desire? This is not just a short question which you may want to answer with a few goal list of yours. When I say, what is the life that you truly desire? I want you to take a deep dive. I want you to close your eyes, visualize, smell, feel, hear what that life would look like. If you have a place you would like to live in or a kind of lifestyle you'd like to live, imagine it fully. Experience it even before you get to experience it. The way we experience lives as human beings is through our senses: smell, touch, seeing something. And so, when we truly want to create and know what life we want, it is better if we can have the complete experience already happening in our lives right now. So, while visualization is helpful, I want you to go one step further. Step into that picture of the future you and see what they're doing. Feel what they're doing, touch what they're doing, smell what's happening for them, hear what's happening around them. The more your senses get involved, the more real it becomes for you. You will start to see that because you've gone beyond visualization, you are able to now really hear how you would like your life to unfold. No longer would borrowed dreams interrupt your journey of visualizing what you truly want in your life. Which is why it's important to involve all senses, because your dream, your true intention for your life, you can create that entire experience in your mind and in your body even before it happens. So go ahead, take the time to really think about and then write down exactly the experience that you want of your life. Remember, nothing is off limitations because nothing has a timeline. Everything is getting created as we expect it to get created. And because of that, you just can simply state and experience exactly the life you want, and you shall create it. Now, once you have the full expansion and full experience of life without a timeline that you truly want to desire and create in time, let's make it more realistic and real time for us. Your second question to explore is, what can I do to double my current outcomes in the next 18 months? This question may be expanded into a particular dimension too, like, what can I do to double my income in the next 18 months? What can I do to double the amount of time that I spend with my kids in the next 18 months? You can expand this question to unfold based on what's more important to you right now. You see, the first question was to draw the big intention of life, the direction that we are going without the anxiety of a timeline. But to put that desire, put that intention into motion, we have to put some clear boundaries so we can act and not just defer everything to the speed of life. We want to enhance our lifestyle. We want to contribute to the journey of universe creating those outcomes for ourselves. And this is where the second question comes in. Without the anxiety of a long-term vision intention for yourself, you're taking a short-term, immediate approach to be able to find what actions you can take and how to keep yourself in action. Now, you could double your outcomes or 10x your outcomes. That's completely your choice. But my invitation is to at least ask for double the outcomes, so your mind starts to look for answers that are more than your current understanding of the world, your current presence of the world. You're seeking answers that may seem unrealistic, and that's okay. This question should give you or your clients some big items, some focused items that are in connection to the big desire that you have, in connection to the immediate outcomes that you want. Now, when you have these big ideas, you want to create it into an action plan where we can take action towards it. The third question would be, what is it that I can do on an annual, quarterly, and on a monthly basis that will help me to get these outcomes that I've defined for myself? So let's say you said, I want to double my revenue, and one of the ideas is to start building my YouTube channel. What part of the year can you dedicate some time to start working on your YouTube channel? Let's assign that big idea to a timeline in the scope of a year, ideally broken down by quarters. You see, we always have many priorities coming at us, which is why it's important to break down our priorities quarter by quarter and then month by month. That gives us a focused plan that we can dedicate time towards, and we can make sure that that item is actually executed at that time. Most goals, most intentions are never manifested into real life because we fail to take actions towards it. You scheduling it on a yearly, quarterly, monthly basis will help you create some kind of self-accountability that will get you to take action and know what's important each month. When we don't know what's important, everything becomes important. And when everything becomes important, nothing is important anymore. This is why it is very important that you take your big ideas that will help you double the outcomes you want and schedule them on a yearly, quarterly, and monthly basis. Break down those big ideas and break it apart into month-by-month action. The fourth question I have for you is, how is it getting done? You see, as you live a life of intention, as knowing that anything that you say that you want, you can have it, you will find that there are a lot of things that will try to distract you, will try to pull at you. You're a man or a woman of certainty. When somebody has certainty in their life, a lot of people want to borrow some. And because of that, things will constantly pull at you. And if you don't have something that anchors you back, like a daily schedule, you may find yourself a few days down the line not really living your life of purpose. And that may take away from your potential of creating a future that you love. So I invite you to find that daily schedule. What do you need to do for your mind, for your body, for those big 4 items that you found that can double the experience of life that you want? What is it that you need to do on the daily? Ask yourself that question and then create that daily schedule and then follow that daily schedule as persistently as you possibly can. There will be days where you will fall off schedule. The secret to success is to get back on it. When you fall off the schedule, recognize that you did and then get back on it. The quickly you get back on that schedule that works on your intentions, that creates your intentions and have you live your intentional life every day, the faster you manifest whatever you want in your life. The more focused you are, the more clear you are in your life. And then comes my last question. Very often we are such driven, passionate individuals that all we think about is what is the impact we are making, how are we making more money, how are we changing more lives? And that is exactly the problem. We forget about having the most important thing in life, having fun. So my fifth question to you is, how are you scheduling in fun? How are you making sure that you are having fun with everything that you're doing? That you are having a sense of joy, not only in the outcomes of things that you create, but in the journey of your creation. My invitation for you is to not forget having a great time along the way of creating a great career, a great life. So here are the 5 questions that we discussed today that will help you have a year of focus, clarity, and results. The first question is, what is the life that I truly desire? Have a full sensory experience in meditation or in reflection of what that life would be before it is created in the physical world. The second question is, if I want to double my current experience of life, what needs to happen? And find those key things that need to happen to create double the experience of life that you're currently having. The third question is, what is my schedule? When is everything happening? At what part of the year? At what quarter? In which month? What are my different priorities that are going to happen in different times of the year that will lead me to take action towards these 3 or 4 items that I found that will double the experience of my life? The fourth question is, what's my daily schedule? How am I taking daily action towards creating this intentional life that I am creating? And lastly is, how am I having fun? How am I making sure that during this experience of life, during this creation, during these outcomes and creation of these outcomes, I am having a great time? These 5 questions should help you, should help your family, should help your peers, should help your clients. Hey, before you leave, I want to ask you a quick favor. If you loved what you watched today, go ahead and hit that red subscribe button so I can get you on our subscriber list and send you a notification every single time, every single week we release a new video. Also, if you particularly loved the question that I talked about, post it in the comments section below. I'd love to know what is it that really inspired you. Also, if you like this video, don't forget to share it with a friend that can use these 5 questions, and definitely hit that like button. Thank you so much for watching. This is Ajit Navlakha, and you're watching this on EverCoach.